Hi guys, following on from my last video update, which I did about a month, 5 weeks or so ago, I am delighted to confirm that we now know the outcome of the budget. The last update that I gave my entire client base was really, I think, in summary, to just act with caution, remain vigilant and patient until we knew the outcome of the Chancellor of the Exchequer's budget, which of course was delivered earlier today. And quite unexpectedly, there seems to be very little in the way of change to domestic property tax. Certainly there's been no overhaul of stamp duty land tax, as some of our press outlets had reported. Furthermore, there doesn't seem to be any change in thresholds. There's been a few adjustments to the taxation of property for landlords, which obviously is going to have an impact in the investment market. But for my immediate attention, and certainly for my immediate client base, those sort of stories of Armageddon and what might the future hold for the property market, I think have been dispelled, by and large. And I really just wanted to jump on it as quickly as possible. As I said in my last video vlog, I like to try and come out and see all my clients face to face, and I'm going to be endeavouring to do that over the course of the next week, 10 days. But hot off the press with the news that we have, I just really wanted to say to everybody, I think we can now form a plan of attack, a plan of action heading into the Christmas period. I've got my views on what I think the next few weeks may hold, and I think in broad terms they're optimistic, with no, as I say, material changes to taxation and the rates of lending remaining low, and we've got another interest rate review on the horizon. I think there's a really good chance that we now might see buyers start to regroup, strategize, think about their property move with a little bit more gumption, a little bit more enthusiasm, and that may well start to trigger transactions happening a bit more quickly than what we've been seeing. And with that, I think with every single one of my clients on a specific basis, what I want to do is just make sure that we are well positioned, that we're poised, ready to try and make the most of that period. And I don't necessarily think that we're going to see a raft of sales being agreed pre-Christmas, but I do think that there's a very good chance now that we're going to see activity levels on Rightmove increase, possibly a few buyers trying to get in there before the masses, so to speak, and now there's a confidence in the market trying to get ahead of the market a little bit. And so I think there's a good chance that we might see a little bit of a run in the market before Christmas. So with all of that said, I think for the here and now, with some of my clients I've spoken about pricing and just holding off a price reduction or waiting to see what the outcome of the budget is. We know where that is now, so we can deploy a strategy that's specific. Equally with new clients who I'm dealing with, those of you who haven't quite yet come to the market but we're already communicating, I think we can now speak with confidence and hopefully forge a plan out that's going to get my clients where they want to be. I think certainly as I say, the outlook I think is generally a lot more positive than what a lot of homeowners are expected to be. Don't get me wrong, there have been major tax changes today. I think obviously as a nation we feel that we're going to see being taxed quite heavily. There's certain elements of the property market which I think are going to suffer, namely the very high end. But for the here and now, for my immediate concern and for those people who I'm trying to help move house, I think we can move forward with confidence. So if you can keep your ears peeled, you will get a phone call or possibly an email from my office over the course of the next day or two, from either Claire, Amy or any of my team, just trying to sort of get you booked in so that I can come and talk specifically about the strategy that I think is right for your home, with a view to capitalising on the festive period. And of course, that hike in activity that we see online over Boxing Day and New Year's Day with online traffic on Rightmove and the likes. Obviously, you have any questions in the interim, do feel free to reply to the email, and I'll do my best to answer everything as quickly as I can. But yeah, generally speaking, I think a bit of a sigh of relief from today, and hopefully we can now push forward and get a lot of my clients where they want to be. Many thanks. Bye for now.